The first game up is Arizona State versus Texas Tech in Tempe. Head coaches Todd Graham and Cliff Kingsbury will be wearing ruby slippers and clicking their heels furiously, wishing they could somehow find themselves in a quiet place like Kansas, but no such luck. The Sun Devils and the Red Raiders won't be searching for brains, heart, or courage. No, they are searching for some semblance of a defense. Last season, Texas Tech gave up an average of nearly 44 points per game and 280 yards rushing. Arizona State only gave up 33.5 points per game, but they also allowed 338 yards passing per game, the worst in the nation. So let there be no doubt there will be copious amounts of points scored in this contest. Texas Tech, however, returns one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, Pat Mahomes. Arizona State will rely heavily on running backs Demario Richard and Kalen Ballage. There will be 4 new starters on the offensive line, however, for Arizona State. So the Sun Devils will try to establish the run and control the clock. However, Texas Tech will, as usual, pass the ball aggressively. Mahomes' experience and strong arm will be the difference in this contest. Prediction, Texas Tech 42, Arizona State 35. Second game, Georgia Southern at South Alabama. South Alabama made headlines during Week 1 with their upset of Mississippi State in Starkville. Georgia Southern's 54-0 win over Savannah State was overlooked well because it was Savannah State. However, taking a closer look at the statistics shows the Eagles generated over 600 yards of offense, including 420 on the ground. Even with the game in Mobile, the Jags will have a hard time matching their early success of Week 1. Expect a whole lot of points, but Georgia Southern's ability to control the clock will be the difference. Prediction, Georgia Southern 34, South Alabama 28. Next game, Arkansas at TCU. This is a very difficult game to call. Both teams had to replace long-term starting quarterbacks, but TCU has the advantage with one-time Texas A&M starter Kenny Hill taking the reins. The Razorbacks lost several starters on offense, but there is enough talent on hand to manage to score some points. Defensively, Arkansas returns 9 starters, which will prove to be pivotal down the stretch. Still, with the game in Waco and TCU having the advantage at quarterback, take the Horned Frogs in a high-scoring contest. TCU 38, Arkansas 35. The last game is BYU and Utah in Salt Lake City. When these two cross-state rivals used to face off against each other in the old WAC, and later in the Mountain West Conference, it was called the Holy War. They met again at the end of last season in the Las Vegas Bowl. The Utes came away with a 35-28 victory. After Utah jumped out to a 35-0 lead, BYU roared back with 28 unanswered points, but the Utes held on to win just barely. This was a bitter pill for BYU fans to swallow, especially since Utah managed to get into a Power 5 conference a few years ago, and BYU is still searching for a similar home. It's going to take new coach Kalani Sitake some time to get the program back on track, even with 2 returning starting quarterbacks. The offense has plenty of players, so scoring should not be a problem. However, the defense is very much a work in progress, with a number of offensive players having shifted to defense out of sheer necessity. Utah is in a much better position to win. Expect the offense to rely on running back Joe Williams to carry the load. However, the strength of the Utes is defense. This year's edition will be absolutely stifling. Expect the Utes to run the ball and control the clock. It won't be pretty, it won't be easy, it will be ugly as hell, but Utah comes away with a slim victory against their greatest rival. Talk about a momentum builder. Prediction, Utah 24, BYU 20.